Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Passion Parties team called Rebels of Romance. My name is Rhonda Harvey. I've been with Passion Parties since April of 2003, and I am either your upline or your sponsor. I wanted to take a moment to welcome each and every one of you to our awesome team and congratulate you for joining Passion Parties. So now that you've joined Passion Parties, you probably have a few questions. So I'm going to take a moment to go over a little bit of training for you to help you be successful with your Passion Parties business. Now remember, your sponsor is the person that signed you up. So you are more than welcome to go back to her and talk to her at any time or him and make sure that they help you out with anything and everything that you need. Now I'm also here to help you with anything that you need as well. I am your upline or your sponsor if I signed you up. And I want to make sure that you have all of my contact information so that I can help you in any way that's needed. So make sure you write down or put in your phone all of my contact information. We do have a Facebook group too. It's well, you can add me first. It's Rhonda Peters Harvey. And then once you add me or I add you, then I can add you into our Facebook group for our team downline. So it's really important to keep your sponsor's information handy as well as mine. So if you're at a party, you have a question, be sure to get in touch with one of us. And welcome to Passion Parties. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some training information with you to help you be successful in the business. And remember, if you have any questions at any time, do not hesitate to contact me. All right, the next step that we're going to go over is your website. When you signed up with Passion Parties, you signed up with the basic website, which was $7.95 a month. And this includes a full shopping cart. It also includes where people can sign up on your website, or they can request information about becoming a consultant. And it also provides them to be able to put in their information if they're looking to host a passion party. The shopping cart is really nice because if you promote your website, even one order will pay for your website itself. So you want to make sure that you promote your website by putting it on all of your information, your order forms, your catalogs, your fan page for Facebook, your business cards, however you choose to, but you want to make sure you promote your website to get that information out there. The shopping cart, when someone goes to your website and places an order, you'll be notified from Passion Parties that you got an online order. That money will go into what's called your e-wallet, which I'll explain a little bit later. And if a hostess has someone that cannot make it to a party, they can actually order online and still give your hostess credit for her party sales. So really important to get your website out there. It'll pay for itself with one order. If you choose to upgrade to premium, which I highly suggest just keeping your basic for now, but if you choose later on to go ahead and upgrade, you're going to get one more thing here, right here with it, and that's for premium. That's $19.95 a month. Websites are charged on the first of each month with the credit card that you have on file when you first signed up. If you need to choose that or update that at any time, I will explain a little later on how to do that as well. Elite is just when you start recruiting other people into the business and you become team manager, then you are allowed to go upgrade to the Elite. We can go over that a little bit later, or if you have questions about that, you can also contact me and we can go over that as well. So make sure you get your website out there. It's really important to promote that because, again, it's going to pay for itself. And for $8 a month, you really can't beat that with a full shopping cart. You're making money by just promoting your website out there. And again, like I said, one order pays for itself. Okay, so after we have set up our website link, we want to make sure that people can find it. So like I was saying before, you want to make sure you promote it. Now your website link is whatever we set up when you first joined Passion Parties, whether you set it up yourself or I helped you set it up. It would either be like your first name or like passion, rhonda.yourpassionconsultant.com. Mine, for instance, is rhonda.yourpassionconsultant.com. So that's a little bit long when you're putting it on business cards, order forms, catalogs, and things like that, and it's a little hard for people to remember. So I decided to go with the domain name. I have a few of them. I have a couple with GoDaddy and I have a couple with NetFirms. For instance, one is www.hostatoyparty.com and another is www.rhondaharvey.com. You pay these up front. It's for a year. So say you chose the www.rhondaharvey.com. I believe it was like $12 or $13 a year. And basically what that does is that forwards, when you click that www.rhondaharvey.com, it'll take you to the rhonda.yourpassionconsultant.com. And therefore I can put the rhondaharvey.com on my business cards, order forms, catalogs. It's going to be a lot smaller. People are going to remember that a little bit easier, or hostatoyparty.com. They're going to remember that a little easier than the longer one. This is, of course, is something that you can do at any time. You do not have to do this right away. You don't even have to do this at all. Just remember that it is going to be a little long putting it on your order forms, catalogs, business cards, and so forth. If you do choose to do that and you want to set up your business cards, then you can actually put your domain name on there versus the longer one. Of course, like I said, that is optional. That's just something to think about, and you can do this at any time down the line. Business cards. Business cards are very, very important to your business, I feel, because you can hand those out to everybody. I give them to everybody at my parties for many reasons. One, if they're interested in hosting a party. Two, if they need to contact me about a product that they purchased from me, or they want to repurchase something that they ran out of. Also, if they're interested in becoming a consultant. And I leave my business cards pretty much everywhere I go. As long as they're 18 or older, I will ask them that first, and I will hand them a business card, or I will leave it with a tip when I go out to eat, or just, wherever I may be. You do want to be careful, where you're handing them out and things like that, because again, 18 or older, so you just want to ask before, you give somebody a business card if you're not sure. So again, it's great to have them at your parties because, like I said, people are always going to be able to contact you to host a party, become a consultant, and of course shopping online. So make sure that you do put your website link on your business cards. If you have other questions about that, please contact me and I can go over that a little bit more with you. All right, so the next step is going to be our new consultant training call with Renee Rand. Basically, if you would like, you can add her as a friend on Facebook. She is wonderful. She also does these calls every Tuesday, and they are very helpful. Even though it says new consultant training call, anybody can get in on these calls if you're a consultant with Passion Parties. Even if you've been a consultant for 2 or 3 years, it doesn't make any difference, or a few months, or just joined. I also get in on these calls every once in a while because I love hearing the different topics and the different guest speakers. So she will also update this information beforehand, and then she'll send out a reminder that the call is on a Tuesday and what the topic and who the guest speaker will be. So you want to make sure that you write down all of that information, or again, just add her on Facebook because she updates that every week, and these are recorded, and again, they are every Tuesday. So again, Renee Rand on Facebook, add her as a friend so you can always have access to this great information and these wonderful calls. All right, so the next thing that we're going to go over is the training of your back office. This is where you are going to log in, and by now you would have gotten an email. Usually the email you'll get the very first thing when you join Passion Parties. It'll come through. Sometimes it goes to spam, so you want to make sure that you check that because that's going to include your ID and your password. If you cannot locate that, please make sure that you let myself or your sponsor know so that we can make sure that that email gets resent to you and that you do have access to your ID and your password. Now you can make sure that if you lose your password, you can click here to look it up, and it will ask your email and it will resend that to you at any time. I definitely want to make sure that you do keep your ID and password handy at all times because you are going to need this whenever you want to log into the back office to place orders, process credit cards, or anything else that you need to do. So you are going to see up here where it says customer login or consultant login. You are going to click here, put in your information and your password. And I'm going to take a little time and go over these things step by step because there is a lot of information that you are going to want to take in, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Now this is going to look a little different up here because you will not see the BBS if you have the basic website. That's only going to be with an elite website. So there's going to be a few things that will be a little bit different on here than what would be on yours. But this is just kind of an example on how to go about everything that you're going to need to have access to back here. So the first thing I would like for you to do is go over here to the right and click on New Consultant Training. And then you're going to go over here again to the far right and click on Awesome New Video Training. And I'm not going to go through all this, but I'm just going to give you the information on where to find that so that you can go here where it says about passion parties. You're going to click on this little link, which is a video, and it's going to kind of play things for you and then allow you to answer the questions to what you basically heard through that video. And then you'll go to the next unit. After you submit your answers, you'll click on next unit, and it'll just kind of walk you through that until you've went through the whole thing. Once you've done that, I would really like it if you would actually send me a private message on Facebook or even an email and let me know that you did that, and if you have any questions about anything that it went over with you. And once you're done with that, you can go back to the main page right here. And I also would like for you to do a couple more important things. One is up here where it says My Account. The first thing I want you to do is click on My Personal Profile. And I would like for you to make sure that everything is correct in here, meaning your first and last name, your billing address, all of your phone numbers that you would like to have listed. Make sure your shipping address is the same if it is different. And please make sure that your zip code is correct. This is really important because this is where all of your items are going to be shipped, and this is where they're going to ship to, is that billing address and shipping address. So make sure that's correct. Make sure that there is a credit card on file because that credit card is what's going to be charged each month for your website. So that's very important. Now if you want to change that, you can. Make sure that it is updated. We might have to call in if we can't get it to update in here for you. But just make sure that that's on file because, again, on the first of each month, they will charge for your website. And here you're going to see where it says direct deposit, or you can change it to a print check. What that is whenever you bonus, for instance, if you hit $2,000 a month and you get a bonus check of $100 back, that is going to come in a bonus check. And you can either have it direct deposited or you can have it on a print check, which will just come in the mail. All direct deposits go in on the 15th of the month. And the check, it varies. Sometimes it'll get to you a couple days early and sometimes it's real close to around the 15th. So that's just an option for you. If you choose, you can do either or. And then you want to make sure that if you do direct deposit, all your bank information is correct. This is just personal information you can fill out if you choose to. You do not have to. And then once you're done, you'll make sure you click Save. All right, once you are done doing this, I want to make sure that you go to your YPC. Contact Me info. This page is also really important because this is going to be the page where if someone goes to your website, they will see your name at the very top up here on your actual website, but it's for me it's a little hard to see that. So I make sure that I guide everybody to my success page because I feel that way they are going to know that this is me. You can upload your own picture of anything, whatever you choose. It can be a Passion Parties picture, your own picture of you, whatever you choose to put on there. You will want to make sure your display address is correct. This does not show up on your website though. It just needs to be put in there though. You want to make sure that you have your name. So mine is Rhonda Harvey, Executive Director. And then I just put in here my toll-free number. We cover nationwide. So that way that's the first thing people are going to see on my website. I didn't put a display phone number in here because if I did that, I already have my toll-free one up here, which is the first thing they're going to see. If I put that on there too, it was going to include 2 numbers, so I just left that blank. Make sure your email is correct. All right, and then you can also upload your image. Again, make sure you click on the upload image. It has to be a certain size. That's really important. So you may have to resize your picture that you're trying to put in there if it won't accept it as you're trying to put that in there. Then you can also have your Facebook page, Twitter, whatever, you know, these are the 3 main things here that you can put in here. Your linked account. You want to make sure those are correct when you put those in there. And then you can do your My Success information here. You can actually do this in HTML, which I did. You might need a little help with that if you're not familiar with HTML. So if you do need help with that, please let me know. And then of course you can preview it, and this is what it's going to look like. And as you can see, I just kind of did my own little information, a little bit about joining passion parties as well as shopping online, and about hosting a party. These are links that they can actually click on. So if you click on that and click open a new window, it will go into my actual website. And here's where you'll see Rhonda Harvey, Executive Director, with my ID 5349. So those links are going to be very helpful, because people can actually just go to my success page, click on these certain links, and it'll take them right to the page that they're looking to go to. And of course you want to make sure you hit save. Now here's an example of what my success page looks like when someone goes to my Passion Parties website, www.rhondaharvey.com. This is where my name, Executive Director, ID, we cover nationwide, all of my information like Facebook, Twitter, all that's right here. This way they can find me. They know this is my website. They don't even have to ask, because it has all of my information in here, so that they can contact me at any time. Here's where they're going to click to host a party, become a consultant, or shop online, which will take them to the correct pages that they want to go to. So that's what your website will look like once you set up your My Success page. This is just an example I wanted to show you. So, and you can put anything you want in here. You do not have to do HTML. That's totally up to you. I just like to have the links there that they can click on and kind of go through. All right, now you want to make sure you have something in there, even if you just put in this information with your name and your phone number. That way they know they're on your website when they go to place an order, because you do not want them to go to someone else's and place an order, because you lose that order if that happens. So real important to make sure that your My Success page has all your information on there. All right, so next I'm going to go through a few more important things for you. One is to make sure you're on the main page again by clicking up here to be on the main page. Scroll down to the far right here, kind of towards the bottom. I want you to click on Manage Your Subscriptions. Each one of these are clickable, and I want you to do that for each one, and make sure that you put your email in there so that you can stay on top of all of the emails that corporate sends out. And then of course make sure you add them under your email addresses, so that you are always aware when they come in they don't go to spam, hopefully, because that is really important. You don't want to miss out on the promotions, the training, and of course if something is on back order. And then I would like for you to take a moment to go up to Document Center and click on New Consultants Getting Started. As you can see here, there is a lot of important information in here that you're going to find very, very helpful. And I would like for you to take some time to kind of click on each of these and go through them. This is going to help you be successful in the Passion Parties business by clicking each of these links and kind of going over different things like who do I book, your 90-day action plan, hostess coaching, your party recap sheet, and of course there's a lot more here. You're gonna find these very helpful with helping you with your business and getting you off to a great start. But there are a couple things that I want to make sure that you are aware of, and one is you definitely want to get qualified, meaning that you put in your first $250 order within your 30 days. That is going to change your status of a consultant to a qualified consultant. And then I would like for you to check out the Fast Track. Fast Track is basically you are going to earn free products just by doing a certain amount of sales each month. So when you sign up, you can do, if you do $1,000 personal retail sales during the period beginning on the day you sign up through the end of your first full calendar month, you would actually get the Lilo Tour 2 for free. And then that goes down to the next one where you could get the WeVibe 4 for free again if you do another $1,000 personal retail sales in your second full calendar month. And of course your third, you could get the Lilo Soraya, and that also you would get for free again if you do $1,000 in sales and also recruit 2 consultants within that month. All right, so this is something you don't want to miss out. This is a great way to add some of our Lilo toys to your kit and get them for free. Okay, so again, there is a lot of information in here that you are going to want to click on and go through, but the two that I really want you to click on and make sure that you read over these very, very thoroughly, and maybe even print them out if you'd like, is your U.S. Business Builder Flyer and your Fast Track March 2014. I would like for you to click on these, print them out, keep them handy, and of course if you have any questions whatsoever about these, you definitely want to make sure that you contact me. Fast Track, you have your first 3 months of your full calendar month to qualify for Fast Track and earn these 3 items for free. There are certain qualifications, like for instance, you have to do 1,000 personal retail sales during the period beginning on the day you sign up through the end of your first full calendar month. So you definitely want to make sure that you get these because first of all, you're going to get your picture and information in the Partners magazine that you hit Fast Track. But the biggest thing is you are going to earn each one of these expensive Lilo toys for free. So make sure that you print that out and have it handy so that you can work towards that and earn those for free. The second one is going to be your Business Builder Flyer. This one is going to look a little tricky here and sound a little tricky because basically what you want to do is within your first 30 days you want to be able to become a qualified Passion Parties consultant. That means that you're putting in a $250 order. This can be combined in your Business Builder order, which is great because if you did your first party and you're going to go ahead and put in a $200-300 order, you might want to go ahead and take advantage of your Business Builder order first. Add it all in at the same time because you can actually add up to $1,005 in value. So it's between $1,000 and $1,005 in value for a 50% discount. So if you were putting in $300 anyway, you may as well want to go ahead and add it and do it in your Business Builder order so that you can get $1,005 worth of products for a 50% discount, which is only going to cost you roughly $500 anyway. And you're going to have a whole lot of inventory or stock or something, or you can kind of carry this, on hand, or you can actually open a couple of these up and put them in your presentation kit as well. So again, this is only for a certain amount of time. So here's a little example. Join Passion Parties on June 15th of 2014. You have until July 31st, 2014 to place your first Business Builder order. Second, between August 1st and August 31st, 2014, you are eligible to place your second Business Builder order. So again, you want to make sure that you pay attention to this really well because you don't want to miss out on this. That's $2,000 worth of products for 50% discount, and this is going to help you be able to carry some inventory if you choose as well. Okay, so that is your Business Builder Flyer. Make sure that you do click on US or Canada, depending on which one is right for you. All right, so the next thing we talked about earlier about your website if you get an online order. This is really important. When you get an online order, again, you'll get an email through Passion Parties that says that you have, says that somebody ordered on your website. So you're going to want to go into your e-wallet here. If someone ordered from your website, you're going to see your profit here. And your profit is just going to sit here in your e-wallet until you decide what you want to do with it. So say you had a party this weekend and you want to go ahead and apply that money towards your order. You can go down here and click on Credit Balance, Apply to Order. You would type in, say if it's $50 that you have in there, if you want to use the full amount or you just want to use half depending on what you have in here. You would type in here how much you want to transfer over to a credit to apply to an order. And then you would just submit that. And you want to make sure that you pay attention to what you're doing here because if you accidentally wanted to put it towards an order and you hit commission, it's going to then come on your commission check, which you would get on the 15th of the following month. So it's real important to make sure that you are aware of that. And if you accidentally hit that, they cannot put that back in your e-wallet to be able to apply it to an order. So that's real important to keep that in mind. You can send it to a customer or a consultant in your downline. That's something we can go over a little later if we choose to, if you need to ever do that. But these are your two main things that you want to make sure that you do this correctly. The other thing is that if you say you had $200 in here and you want to make sure that it goes on your commission statement for the next for the following month, you want to make sure that you have that transferred over to your commission by the 4th of each month. If you do not transfer that over to your commission check by the 4th of each month, it'll just stay in there, and then you would of course have to use it to apply to an order. Or you'd have to wait for the following month to go ahead and put it back on your commission. So if you need that $200, make sure that it's always transferred to your commission check by no later than the 4th of each month. All right, so the next step we're going to go over is placing an order. You're going to click up here on order, and as you can see, it says ship to myself or drop ship to a customer. What that means is we drop ship. So you can basically put all the orders in and drop ship them to each customer if you choose, or you can ship to myself. If it was somebody local, have everything shipped to you and you can deliver the products to them. So basically what you are going to do is click on, this one's going to go to myself, and I'm going to start the order. There are several different ways. You can click through everything individually here and click on, like say all toys, and be able to see everything that we carry. Or if you know something that you want to order and it's just easier, you can actually type it in. I'll go ahead and do smooth operator and click go. And it would just take me to the actual smooth operator to add to my cart. So I'm going to go ahead and put one in here, and I'm going to click add to cart. And say I forgot to add something, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to type in silky sheets. And I'm going to add one of those. Let's see, it should come up. Okay, so I hit Silky. Well, actually, you can't order it because that's one of the items that are on back order. So when that does that, that's going to let you know right away, okay, I can't order that. Why? And I'll go over that back order list here with you shortly to help you understand that. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a bullet. And let's say I'm going to do a 6-pack. What a 6-pack is basically you're getting, you're paying for 5 of them and you're getting the 6th one for free. So it's a great deal because you're just actually making a little extra money. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my cart. All right, looks good. I've got everything in there. I've got the 6-pack. I've got the smooth operator. Then I'm going to hit continue. All right, so once you hit continue, I want to make sure you verify everything in here. This is an order that I am shipping to myself. Everything looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Now I want you to notice that you're on step 4. This order has not been saved or processed or anything like that yet, so I want to make sure that you understand that once you click on continue on this, it still is not placing your order. It's just going to now be able to save your order so that you can actually place it now, or you can place it a little later. Orders are only saved for 5 days. So you want to make sure that if you save this order, that you go back in and you actually submit and place it, which I'll show you in a minute. But I just want to make sure that you realize that this is on step 4. Nothing has been processed yet. It shows my shipping, which you can actually click this. If you want this to come a little quicker for whatever reason, you can. It's going to be a little more expensive, so make sure you always choose ground if possible. Unless somebody needs it right away, then you can actually give them, they can pay that and they can actually up their shipping. You can make little notes here, whatever you choose to do. Merry Christmas, Happy Valentine's Day, thank you for your order, 25% off your next order. Whatever you choose to, then you're going to make sure everything is correct here. Hit continue. Now here, it's now finally saved your order. So you can always, get out of this and go back a little later and come back and place your order, or a couple days later. Now, as you can see here, you'll see where it says edit, invoice, payment, or void. If I no longer want to have this order, I can click void and void it out, or I can go ahead and click on payment, or I can click on invoice or edit. Maybe I forgot to add something, so if I click on edit, I can now go back to where I can add anything to my order, go down, hit continue. I'm not going to add, but I think you can figure that out to add whatever you choose to. Hit continue again. Just going through the same steps that I did before. And again, I'm at step 4. Nothing has been processed yet. And here I am back to where I have it saved. And you just want to make sure everything is correct. Just look over everything so something accidentally didn't get changed, because once it's shipped, it's shipped. They cannot change anything or add anything to it. So once that payment's been paid, there is nothing else that we can do. So there, as you saw, I just checked on something else here. This was an order that I was just experimenting with myself too the other day. So I can actually void this order because this order is not anything needed. So this is just an example of what I'm going to do to void it. Customer canceled order, credit card declined, whatever the reason. Basically, it's other because I was just experimenting with putting in an order. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click on payment. Payment by credit card. So my information is already saved in here because it's my order. So my billing information and everything is already in here. This is the amount that's being paid. I'm going to pay it with my credit card. If I was going to pay it with a credit balance, when you click on this would have what I transferred from my e-wallet. Say that $50. I transferred $50 from my e-wallet to apply to an order. And if I clicked on credit balance, it would show that I had $50 down here to apply to this order. I would just double click that. It would apply that to my order. I would hit, you'd have to scroll down and it would say submit. I would submit that and it would then take me to there. It would then take me back to here and show my balance would be less the $50. Okay, so that is very important to remember that. If you are transferring from your e-wallet to apply to an order, you have to hit credit balance in order to see that credit there to be able to use it. Okay. Otherwise, you would just pay with your credit card. And that's it on this one. And I'm not going to be able to do that because I am not applying this order for real. So you would just make sure that you put in all your information, make sure it's all correct. If it's not already there, your CVC. You can't really see it on here, but I'm going to kind of make this real small here, because I use Google Chrome and for some reason it does not work well on that. Firefox is best, so it's kind of tiny here, but you will see the process button down here. Once you're ready to process and pay for this order, after you realize that everything is correct, you will hit process. That will then take you into your order and show you that it's been paid for. So these are my invoices because these orders have all been paid and shipped. So if I click on this now, I will see that my order has been placed. A few days later, I will see tracking numbers so that I can click on this and see that my tracking information. And you can see here that it was delivered or it's still out pending to be delivered, depending on when you put this order in. So that is how you place an order, having it shipped to yourself. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the order page and I'm going to go ahead and go to ship to myself again. And I'm going to go ahead and do a quick add order. I'm going to click on add one of these. Pure satisfaction. We're going to add that. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to continue. But I'm actually wanting this to go to a customer. But the reason I'm going to put it under myself as a drop ship is because, or ship to myself, is because I don't want to be charged credit card fees. So I am going to change this to my customer's address. All right, so you would then type in all of their information and again, make sure it's correct. So really I'm shipping to my customer, but I am putting it under ship to myself because I can process 2 credit cards and not be charged any credit card fees. So now I've got my customer's information in here. I'm going to hit continue. And then of course, same thing, notes if I want to add notes, make sure all my information is correct, hit continue. And I'm back to where I'm going to make this payment. Now, if I wanted to make this payment using 2 credit cards, I would actually have the customer's address and everything in here. So I would have to add their credit card information first and then hit submit. And then when I wanted to, for whatever, say it was for $22, I would go ahead and add that and pay for it. Then I would hit submit button. And then I want to go ahead and add another credit card in there to make that payment. I then would have to click up here and change it to, if it was my credit card, I'd have to change it to consultant billing information, or I would have to change it to other billing information, which then would allow me to add another credit card, up to 2 credit cards to pay for this order. And again, you'd have to scroll down and hit that submit button, which you can't see again, but that's how you would do it if you want to have 2 credit cards applied to this order without paying the fees for those 2 credit cards. If you're not real sure about that, please, call me. I can go over this, step by step with you. I know it's a little confusing, but even if you use PayPal or Square, or you have your own merchant account, you're always going to be charged credit card fees. Of course, that's how they make their money, so they're going to charge regardless. It's just a little cheaper if you do it through Passion Parties. I use PayPal. I love PayPal. I'll go over that a little bit later. But you do have some options. This is just kind of nice because you have up to 2 that you can do under your ship to myself. Under drop ship to a customer, you can add as many as you need to. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a drop ship to my customer. You can search for your customer if you already have a customer in there. Let's see. Trying to think who I have in here. I'm just going to add Jeanette Green. And she's already in here. If she wasn't, I would click on create a new customer, and then I would put all our information in here in order to drop ship to Jeanette. Okay. So basically, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on next. I'm going to go ahead and click order just because it's so much easier to do this and not have to click through every single thing. I'm just going to order one thing so that I can kind of show you how this works again. I'm going to hit continue. All of her information is in here. I do like to add a phone number for them if I have it, because if this package were to, they have a problem, they can't find the apartment, or for whatever reason, they can actually call her. If Jeanette had went and used one of my discount codes that I have offered, it would show here that 25% off is what I gave her, and that would be, it would say parties if that was the coupon code that I offered at that time. It would show that here if she used it, which is kind of nice because when you set up your coupons, which again we'll go over later, it will let you know who used your coupon code and which coupon code they used. Helps you keep track of that. And confirmation, again, as you can see, is going to show me what is everything here. And I, again, can leave a little note. I'm going to hit continue. And here I am to where I'm going to either make my payment, void it, update, clicking edit. I can add to it or whatever I choose. Otherwise, I would just go over here and click on make a payment. And I would use her credit card information that she provides me, and I would add that in there. And you can add up to several different credit cards. So if it was a $150 order, I can put in several different credit cards. If I have an overpayment, which means that I had some people pay with cash and some people pay with checks and put that in my own account, and I had so many credit cards to use, I would apply all the credit cards if you choose to, excuse me, and then it would minus off whatever was left over. So say I had a credit of $45, it would say overpaid $45, and that would then show up in my e-wallet to be able to apply to another order or to add to my commission statement. I should say commission check. So that's a little bit on how to do an order if it's going to a different customer as a drop ship. All right, so that is how you place orders. Now again, it's probably going to be a little confusing your first time. I am always happy to, I apologize, I have a dog that's playing with a toy in the background. I'm always here to help you, so if you have any questions, please contact me. I can walk you through this step by step and help you place your orders and get everything taken care of. I'd rather you do that than make a mistake, because some of the mistakes we can't go back and correct. And I do not want you to lose money or have it go to a wrong address. So make sure you call me. You'll have all my contact information, because I'll show that again a little bit later here. But hopefully that helped you with learning how to place an order through the Passion Parties website. Okay, so now that we have discussed placing orders, I want to make sure that I explain a couple of things that are very, very important so that you do not make a mistake in thinking an order has been placed and paid for when it has not. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm already on the page, but I'm going to show you. You're going to go up here to Reports, scroll down to Sales Reports, over to 30-day order history, and you're either going to choose Ship to Myself or Drop Ship Customer Order History. I am going to go ahead and do the Ship to Myself for those orders. You will want to make sure you check both of those options, because mainly when you did step 4, again, remember, you're just saving that order. You are not actually processing it. It has not been paid for yet. So we need to make sure that that is paid for. So if you didn't do it at that last step, which was your number 5, payment confirmation, we need to go back in there and make sure that that is processed and paid for. So these are all paid for, because as you can see, they all say invoice. And I can click on that. I keep wanting to click on that one, and that one is my website. So click on that. It'll show tracking information. This order has been processed, it's already been shipped, it's on its way. So that one's good. If any of these say invoice, that means they are paid in full and everything is all good and set to go. If it has a payment method here, you need to click on payment and you need to complete that payment. If you do not complete that payment, that order is just going to sit there. The thing is, it's only going to sit there for 5 days. Any saved order will sit there for 5 days only, and then it will be deleted. Okay? So I want to make sure that you understand that, because that's really, really important. If you think that you processed something and you actually didn't, you're going to go back and try to find that order. It's going to be deleted after 5 business, or I think it's just 5 days in general. So make sure that you click on payment, you pay that, you submit it, and your order is good. The other thing that I want to make sure that you know is when you save an order, as you can see, there is going to be a date on this. So for instance, on 2/28, if I had saved this order on 2/28 and I came back a few days later, which is now March, and I went ahead and clicked on payment and I went to pay this, it's actually going, as long as it's within that 5 days, it's going to actually go towards February sales. Oops, that's not what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to be applied for March sales, so I could hit my fast track, do my business builder, or whatever I chose to do. I'm not going to be able to do this now because I just submitted that order and paid for it, and that date said 2/28. So that is actually going towards my February sales when I wanted to make sure it was for March. So those orders, you want to make sure that you just void them and start over. Start a brand new order for March, not February. And that's going to be for every month. So if you put something in at the end and you saved it, remember that, because that can definitely hurt your fast track. We can't go back and change those dates. Okay, so that's really, really important. And the last thing we're going to go over is go back to the main page. And I want you to make a note of this. Over here to the right is your back order report. Anytime you have a party coming up, I would like for you to go to the back order report and click on it. You'll see it here. Click on it again. This is your back order report that you're going to want to print off, and you're going to want to make sure that you remember. You'll see where it says for Canada and for the US. Unfortunately, we run into back orders. That happens, but we want to make sure that we allow our customers and our hostess to know that certain things are on back order. And then the ETA is the estimated date that it's supposed to arrive. Now that is just a given. That does not mean it's going to arrive at that time. So we want to make sure that we let our customers know that if they really, really like the, say, the WeVibe 4, that it's going to be approximately in on 3/7/14. That can vary. Are they okay with that? It's a great product. So that's why it's on back order. So again, just let your customers and your hostess know when something is on back order so that they are aware of that. They can either make the choice to choose something else, or if they don't mind waiting for a great product, it'll be in as soon as it's possible, and we will get it to them as quick as we can. But again, make sure that you print that out so that you have that handy at every party so that you're aware of what is on back order, so that when you come home to put those in, you're not shocked. And also make a note that this does change often. You know, you could come home and something was available and it would go on back order. So if that's the case, check your back order as you're putting in your orders. And then, of course, let your customers know if that's the case. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about enrolling a new consultant. Basically, this is my own website. They can actually go to your website and they can enroll themselves, whether they be in the US or Canada. But sometimes you have somebody that just wants to talk to you and they would like to sign up with you over the phone. So it's best if you, you know, if you can do that, because then you can help answer any questions that they may have as well. But if they want you to go ahead and enroll them, I want you to go back to passionparties.com, make sure you're on your main page again, and then you'll see where it says here, Enroll New Consultant, and click on that. If they're in the US, click US. And here you're going to see where you can actually sign them up and put them through the system. Now I want to make sure that you understand that when you do this, you're going to make sure that you put a little dot over here in whichever kit that they decide they want to have. So say they want to do the $3.99 kit. Then you'll scroll down, and you can do this with them on the phone as well. They're going to select the level for $7.95 for basic for their website. And remember, there is going to be tax. Certain states are going to charge that. And you're going to click on I agree to all of the terms, which you can click these and you can read each and every one of them. They're pretty simple. Click agree. Now once you do that, it's going to show you, if you would like, you can actually add up to $300 in retail to your kit. And that's retail before your discount, of course, up to $300. And you're not going to be charged any extra shipping. If they choose to do that, you want to hit yes, I want to add to my order. And then say you want to go ahead and just, we're just going to add one thing, just to give you a little bit of an example. We're going to add the body mist. And now you'll see that the pack is actually ordered, and I've added the body mist. And I'm going to go to complete join. And you want to make sure that you hit this. And they can do this on your website as well too if they choose to. Some people like to go ahead and just talk to the person and do everything at the same time. Now here's where you're going. Sorry, I'm going to start over on this little part here, but here's where you want to make sure that you put in all of their information, their name, their last name. Company name, you want to be sure that you put in their first and last name, because if that's what your deposit, your check or whatever is going to come to this name. So if it's not on your account for your bank, they will not cash your Passion Parties commission check. All right, this part here, just ignore this. This is if you are a past customer or consultant. This would be where you would log in with this. So you do not have to worry about this at all. So again, kind of scroll down, make sure that the shipping and billing address, if they are different, that they are actually put in, because shipping, we do not ship to P.O. boxes. So we want to make sure that we do include their shipping and billing address as well. So if it is the same, that's fine. Click here if it is being shipped to a different address. Make sure that you put in their phone numbers, whatever is best for them. And over here, if you are in the US, it's going to be a social security number. If you are, there's an EIN number for those that I believe are, they don't have to pay taxes. They have like an EIN number, and that's where you're going to put that here. Make sure that you put in their email address. Make sure it's correct, because that email is going to go to them when they get signed up. They're going to get their ID and password. So we want to make sure that that is correct. What I do when I sign somebody up is for their password, I use the zip code. If they sign up on your website, they can choose whatever they prefer, but I just do their zip code. That way it's easy for them to remember. Put in their birth date, and then make sure you put in female or male. Over here for the replicated site, basically this is what we were talking about when you set up your website. This is what it's going to be. All you're going to type in here is whatever you would want it to be. So mine, for instance, is Rhonda. Okay, that's all I have in there. If it's already taken, and when I go to hit process here, well, actually I didn't even have to hit process. I just hit double-clicked and hit enter. And it says this name is already in use. That's because it's my name. You could then add Passion Rhonda. That says the website name is available. Now, when you sign somebody up, you are going to be putting this information in for them. Unless they go to your website, they put it in themselves, they have that choice. When you put this in, I would again make sure I just add Passion to their first name and make it easy. They can always call corporate and they can change this at any time. Okay, so that's important to know that you are going to be setting that up as well as their password. Make sure you write that down so that you are able to give that to them. So that way when they log in, there's ways they can, get that information, but it's just nice if you have it, you can give it to them, they can get started right away. You would click here. That automatically will fill in the first name. If I had already put one up here, it'll automatically add their name, Rhonda Harvey. You'll choose the Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Visa starts with a 4, MasterCard with a 5, Discover starts with a 6. That's just a little something that will help you when you're taking credit cards. You're going to make sure you put in the expiration, the CVV, which is the last 3 on the back of the card. A Discover is a little bit different. I think it's like, I don't even remember, 6 maybe numbers on the back, or maybe it's 4. But you will make sure that you get, I would just get all those numbers so that you have them, because you will need them to sign somebody up. You will put a check, let's see, a little check mark here in this box here that says this credit card will be used for monthly access fee for billing for the basic website, which is $7.95 plus tax if your state has tax on it. And then you will hit process. It'll take you to a next screen, which I cannot go any further, but it will take you to the next screen that is going to show all the information is correct, and then you will go ahead and hit, I believe it's process or submit. And that will take you to another page that's going to show you, click here to take you to the website. And you can click that link and make sure that their website is in working order. It will have their name and information up here at the top. Okay, so that is how you would enroll a new consultant if they chose to go through you versus just signing up on your website. It does make it a little easy because you can kind of help them go over, what's best to put in for a website as well as their password, just something that's easy. And make sure that you always remember to remind them to keep that handy, their ID number and their password. Once you hit that last page on submit, they will get an email immediately with their ID and password. And they want to keep that handy at all times. Okay, the last thing I just have to say is welcome to our team, Rebels of Romance. Again, all of my contact information is provided here. If you have any questions whatsoever, do not hesitate to contact me at any time. I basically do this full time, so I'm always either on Facebook, or you can get me through text or email, whichever is easiest for you. And I'm looking forward to helping you all make your business very successful. A couple things to remember is your fast track, your business builder order that you get to put in, and as well as becoming a Passion Parties qualified consultant within 30 days. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me. Welcome aboard, everybody.